The Chicago Bears have been linked to six-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick, and coming from a very trusted source, NFL insider Jordan Schultz. Along with Sports Illustrated, fan-sided Heavy.com, Bill Belichick has been scoping out the Chicago Bears, likes what he sees in Caleb Williams, and has called out the issues he would fix in Chicago right away if he had a chance to work with Ryan Poles. And he sounds just like us as fans. He's saying that the Bears need to address the trenches immediately to give Caleb Williams a chance. And if Belichick were to come to Chicago, it would be a fantastic part of his resume because he's left head coaching before, took a year off, and then had great success. And he has even confirmed himself that he'd be interested in coaching again because when he took a year off before he went to the Patriots, look how that turned out. I'm here to break down what he would bring to the table, why this is a great move, and where I'm hearing these rumors from. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Now, before I begin today's show, hit that like button if you want there to be a new head coach for the Chicago Bears in 2025. And also comment your thoughts if Belichick came to the Chicago Bears in 2025 as their head coach. And are you a Bears fan, want free Bears news and notifications? Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. All right, like I was saying, Bill Belichick has been linked to the Chicago Bears. So after not going through not just a couple of tweets of people wanting him, but an entire list of articles, again, that includes Sports Illustrated, fan-sided, Heavy.com, and even seeing Belichick on the Pat McAfee show, and now Jordan Schultz coming out and saying that he thinks Belichick will go to the Chicago Bears, I'm starting to love this idea. It started when Bill Belichick called out the criticism, specifically Ryan Poles, of the Chicago Bears for not addressing the offensive line during the last couple of years, missing on Nate Davis, Coleman Shelton, Lucas Patrick going out and performing and being a top offensive lineman in the NFL after leaving Chicago, and pretty much putting Caleb Williams on an island by himself running for his life. Along with that, Bill Belichick then mentioned how much he likes the playing style of Caleb Williams via Sports Illustrated. Belichick likes Williams' playing style, sees the potential that he has, and also being the next great NFL quarterback. And that with a few other things that he'd want to work on with him if given the chance. Bill leaving a little bit of a hint there. I like what I'm seeing. And then recently, earlier this week, Jordan Schultz, an NFL insider, says that it's either the Bears, Jags, or Jets that are going to be in and getting Bill Belichick, where he's hearing that he's most interested for him. And just from the resume alone, what he has done, and again, taking that year off and then going and coaching again, he's had great success. The track record shows for it. And I'm going to break that all down for you guys right now. So as we all know, Bill Belichick, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, has quite the resume. But a lot of people don't know he's actually a defensive-minded guy, and that's how he started his career. But then he coached the GOAT, Tom Brady. So you'd think he's offensive-minded, but he's had great offensive mind, and he is the perfect head coach because he can do both sides of the ball and be the best of the best. Starting with his career as the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants from 1985 to 1990, the Giants defense was solid during that time. Top 7 every single year, -1. In the year that they weren't, they were 11th. Great at designing a solid defensive game plan. That's what landed him his first head coaching job. And he was a head coach for the Cleveland Browns from 1991 to 1995. For a rookie head coach, not too bad. Got Cleveland to the playoffs one time. Had a top 10 defense every single year as the head coach in Cleveland. The offense was, at worst 18th, best 15th. So they could have been worse. I mean, middle of the pack for sure, but a solid head coach. And he was a young guy at the time learning the NFL, learning what it's like to be an NFL head coach. And that's why he then ended up regressing, getting let go by the Cleveland Browns, took a year off, went to the New York Jets and became there. During his time with the New York Jets, he went back as being a defensive coordinator, but guess what? It never went off from anywhere. Top 5 defense in points allowed every single year. Top 5 in rushing allowed every single year. Passing, he was top 15 twice, but overall out of those couple of years, not too bad from a passing standpoint either, but he was known for creating some of the really solid defensive lines and also not allowing any points. But then with the New England Patriots, where he then went and became a head coach for them, we all know the history. 266 wins, 121 total losses, 31-13 playoff record, 6-time Super Bowl champion, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 3-time AP Coach of the Year. Created Tom Brady 17 seasons in a row with 10-plus wins. Top 5 offense every single year as head coach, minus the 1 year Tom Brady was out. Top 10 defense nearly every single year as head coach, and that's just the short list for you guys. This guy just knows how to win. would be put in charge and absolutely change how this franchise works. He has proven for years how he can adjust and learn in the NFL and still have great success. His last year in New England, they wanted a change, gave him no help to help grow the franchise. And honestly, I think Belichick wanted that year off because, like I told you guys, he took a year off from when he was Cleveland head coach and then went and became the DC for a little bit. I'm not saying Bill Belichick could be a DC for the Bears. He's too good of a resume to be a DC ever again. But coming back into coaching after a year, taking that year off and becoming the Bears head coach, I would absolutely love this. I'm going to break down more in just a minute. But before I get into that, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Lucy. Lucy, one of the newest nicotine pouches on the market, is one of the hottest things that you can get. And during this holiday season, I got quite a deal for you guys for a product that is 100% tobacco free. For 8 and 12 milligrams, 7 different flavors, and 5 different products you can get. Go to the link in the description now and use code JAYCHI to get 20% off your order along with free shipping. Go to the link in the description now, get Lucy today, and enjoy this holiday season. Now, finally, why would this work? Why would the Bears want to do something like this? This is not a Bears move. You know, you go out, you get John Fox. Maybe that was a coach that you brought in without things changing around. We have a franchise now. When I mean a franchise, we have a fan base that's deeply invested. We are deeply invested in Caleb Williams. You have a franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams. You have weapons for under the next 4 years. You have the opportunity with the draft to build an offensive line. You have a top 5 defense, which most of them are under contract for at least the next 3 years. You have a good salary cap. You have everything going in your direction. And George McCaskey is going to want the best of the best. George McCaskey knows that he needs to build this team and save himself before he's absolutely ran out of town, which I know a lot of people want him ran out of town. But walking into this, he has a young, talented quarterback in Caleb Williams, a young, talented roster overall with the defense and the play callers. And also, Poles is on the hot seat right now. Poles is going to do whatever he can to get Belichick, and he's also going to let Belichick do whatever he wants. And that's the situation that Bill Belichick wants to be in order to be the next Bears head coach. And before I close out today's show, I would like to thank today's good friend, Dan Richmond, in order for giving us Fantasy on the Fly.
Hello and welcome to Fantasy on the Fly. As we film today, it's bear weather outside, and I predict the Bears are going to beat the Vikings on Sunday. Yes, I said it. I do think the Bears are going to win. And from a fantasy perspective, I love the Bears defense this week. Bears, 17 takeaways on the season. This defense has been really good. Vikings, towards the bottom of the heap in terms of giving the ball up, turning it over. 17 takeaways for the Vikings. I love the Bears defense this weekend against Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Another guy who I really like is a young quarterback this week, Drake May, New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins. Last 4 weeks, Dolphins have given up 279 yards in the air. May has been throwing for well over 200 yards a week. I love Drake May, and this is Fantasy on the Fly.
Again, guys, please like this video if you want the Bears to get a new head coach, along with commenting your thoughts if Bill Belichick became the next head coach of the Chicago Bears. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up to date on all Chicago Bears news and notifications. But with that, thank you as always for tuning in, and bear down, baby.